Well, this is the last problem I thought we would have when we decided to give out, our profits and grant checks to members. And I never thought that people wouldn't claim the money we gave them. We have their name, we have their email, and their Facebook address because that's how they applied. But we still notifying, and they're not picking up the money, and it's just amazing to me. I mean, now we started at about $20,000. We're up to about $40,000 a month now, giving out these grants to people who are members of Lesko Help. Yeah, and I just can't believe that. But I guess I can. I mean, we all live busy lives, and we do things at the moment, and other things. You apply, and it takes a month. Because we have the application every month. So on the 4th of every month, the application closes, and we process all the entries. And we have a panel of 6, 7 people that read every one of these things. So it takes time. So in a few weeks, then after the 4th, we announce the winners, and we just announced the winners for the August one. And now people are applying for the September one. And if you're on Lesko Help or on the Facebook or Lesko Help 2, you can get a link to the application, and it's a simple application. You just fill out your name and email, and we have your address in Facebook or Lesko Help 2 to find you. But we're telling these people we have money for them. It's all in their name. And gosh, we'd love to have you pick up your checks because we already, set aside this money for you and want to give it to you. And the stories are heartwarming, and they want to help themselves who are in big financial trouble, or help other friends or relatives or people they know in the community that you can apply for them. And people write a sentence or 2 or 3 or 4, as little or as much as you want, about what you would do with $1,000. And we've committed over something like $340,000 already to this campaign in about a year. And business still seems like it'll be pretty good. So I hope to keep doing it for a while. First, we have to feed ourselves, but after that, then we feed members and give money back to them this way, the people who really need it or have a wonderful cause that will help society in some way. So that's what we do with our profits. So we don't invest in yachts and Bitcoin or whatever other people do. No, we give it back to members because they're the people that made us successful in doing this. And the whole business is more successful than I've ever thought, and it's more rewarding than any other business I've had. I've always been in the same kind of business, showing people how to use government programs, but the environment changes, so I've always had to learn a new way to contact people and what media sources there are to contact people, and doing it without any money. I mean, my thought in starting a business is always, you don't spend money starting a business because you don't know what works. You're only guessing. And so that's why the more money you spend in starting any kind of venture, the faster you'll go out of business, because nobody's smart enough to know exactly what works ahead of time. And it's really a trial and error process. So you have to get out there and try something, watch fails, and pick out the good parts and put it together as a puzzle. It's all a jigsaw puzzle that nobody knows the answers. The experts out there will tell you they know the answers as long as you give them $5,000 or whatever the hell it is. And it may or may not work. And so unless you have a lot of money, I would do that, because that means you'll just quit faster. And the name of the game in starting a business is not quitting. You can't. And it's like, if you want to learn to walk as a child and you fell down a couple times, you're going to give up walking? No. And that's why your heart has to be in it. So if your heart is in it, you will do all that's necessary and stay there to figure it out. And the only difference is money. So that's why if you do not use money to start your business, you think you need it, but there are always more clever ways you may not need it. And that means stretching your imagination. And we don't do that in this country because we have too many people selling you something that guarantees you you're going to be a success, and this will make you a lot of money and all that kind of stuff. So they're invested in their idea. If it works for you or not, who the hell knows? You don't know, they don't know, they're guessing, And because they have a pretty face or a nice smile, you give them money. And then you fall on your keister and you got to try something else. And that's why I think it's a losing game, spending money, starting a business, and you have to get out of that. And that's why here, people have money. $1,000 I want to give you to help you start your business or solve a financial problem or help start getting your house fixed or whatever it is that you want to do in life. And we're here to help you. And now, besides showing you where government programs are, we're putting our money where our mouth is and giving you our money to help you solve the problem. And it's very rewarding for us. We do it in a very selfish way because it feels so good to help people, and that's our whole business is like that. Helping people, and to do it for such little money. I used to do it for tens of thousands of dollars because rich people will pay this kind of money for this help because they know they can make millions at it. But the people we're trying to help now don't have that kind of money, and so that's why we keep it at $20. So at $20 now you have a place to go to give you personal one-on-one help to solve any kind of financial problem. Now that doesn't mean you're going to get it solved for certain. We can't guarantee that. The only people that can guarantee you money are the people who give it out, and they're the government offices. So you have to, but the trick is finding where they are. Finding where they are, and that's what we do. We show you where these offices are. They give out money, then you have to contact them and see if you can work out something with them to do that, okay? And that's what this is all about, and that's what life is all about. But if you don't know where to go, then you're stuck, And I've been studying this stuff. I'm just thinking, walking down, it's early in the morning, like 7 o'clock. Now in Washington, it's nice when nobody's out, and I'm down at the Lincoln Memorial. I'll show you around the other side what I see. I see. There's a little guy on a scooter and one or two. In a couple hours, particularly, it's going to be nice unless it rains today. This will be jammed, and that's what I've been going later. Because as an older guy, I've been going, starting a little later. But I've just been a granddad again, or actually what they call me is popcorn, because I said such corny jokes. And I'm a grandpop now, so they call me popcorn. But it's always been inspiring for me. Well, here, you see here, let me show you. See, can you see the Capitol? See, behind the Washington Monument? That's an inspiring sight. I remember in my 20s, after I got out of the Navy and was, running around here. And so that's 50 years I've been running. Well, now I don't run anymore. The last year or two, I've been walking, and it's inspiring to have that, as part of my vista, when I get out and think about what I'm going to do for the day. And every day is pretty exciting because I've been very fortunate to always try to work on things that I think are important, and that's what gets you up in the morning, I think, and that's what we try to do at Lesko Help, is show you ways to be able to do that. Maybe you could do it part-time and not full-time yet, but ideally is the way, how could you do that full-time so you could devote as much of your soul and the best stuff you have inside you to the rest of us. And that's what I've been working on for 50 years, and I'll fail and I'll pick up again and try to figure it out. But I really believe that these programs are important. These programs could really change people's lives, but the government doesn't train us how to use it. The government, and the rich people use it. And that's, I think, what motivates me more than ever. When I first started doing this, I was helping millionaires get this information. And it doesn't matter if you're on the street. It's the same information as yours as it is for millionaires. Anybody could use it, and that's what's cool. I think it's really cool, and so I devote my life to trying to teach people that. It's not easy. You don't make one phone call and get a check in the mail. That doesn't happen all the time. It happens once in a while, so they're the people I used to put in my infomercials. Because then everybody else will believe, all I have to do is sit in my living room on the couch and make a phone call, and Uncle Sam will be like Ed McMahon and drive up to my doorstep and give me a big check. That may or may not happen, and the problem is it won't happen for most of us, and most of us give up. And that's the bigger sin in life, is giving up. Being dumb is okay because everybody's dumb. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. So that part, you think you're dumb. No, you're just like normal. Dumb is normal. And that's, you don't have to worry about, you're not smart enough. Because you don't have to be. You just have to have enough heart in it. Now, this is more of my question days, but I really believe not only asking the right questions, but your heart has to be in it so that you persevere enough. It's all about stamina. It's all about getting your ass up off the ground and trying it again. It sounds like it's right over, but I think we're so foggy. Wherever that plane is, it's in the fog, and I can't get it. And the marketing. See, I mean, the marketing I think is the one that holds us back because it's always telling us, oh, it's easy to do this. It's easy to do this. Don't worry, it's easy, easy. Give me money, easy, easy, easy. Oh, it's easy. All you have to do, ABC, easy, easy, easy. And that ain't necessarily so, and it won't be necessarily slow, I would think, for like 90% of us. Maybe it happens for what, but what about the rest of us 90%ers, yeah? So we got to work at it, and that's why it's important that you realize that, so you pick yourself up and try it again, because otherwise you're going to get beat up out there, and that's what it is. I remember starting my first businesses. I think that's why I was always married. I had somebody come home and thought I was cool, even though the world was telling me I'm a shithead, because nothing was working. And that's just the story of life. And that's why I say now we have a place, or at least we've created a place where you could continually get help 100 times a day if you like, on other possibilities to make something happen for yourself. It doesn't happen by itself. People aren't going to come to you and give you all the money and help and opportunities you want. You got to go create them. And the way to do that is to keep trying to do that. And that's what we do. When you join for $20, you could ask us 100 times a day if you want. And what's even great now is how members help members. Hey, this is how I did it. This is what I did. I mean, that to me seems to go a lot further than me or one of our, researchers telling you what's available. No, they're doing it. They're boots on the ground. And we have something now, that government grant gopher award. And I did a video yesterday or so on the winners of that. We send out trophies to government grant winners, people who persevered to get their grant, and they put their stories in there. That's on Lesko Help too, so if you're a member, get over there. Oh, and by the way, the unclaimed money, I forgot about that. That's why I'm talking here. You got to go, okay, so if you're a member, go to I think the easiest way is in the Facebook page, and lower keister hurts, Mr. Lesko, because of gross negative. Yeah. But, it's going to happen. I mean, if you want to do things in life, that's the only way to do them. I don't know a shorter cut. And I've written 100 books and only 10 have made money. So I know 90% of the stuff I do is wrong. And I do this, I think about it 24 hours a day, so I'm wrong. So if I'm going to do something new, man, it's going to be less than that. Go to the Facebook page on Lesko Help on Facebook. So if you're a member, you go to facebook.com/groups/Lesko Help. And so if you're already approved member, then you'll see something on top called Guides, Guides. And you click on the Guides, and there's a whole bunch of tabs underneath that. And one is for the winners. So we have like 12, 13 months now of winners there. So check that, try to remember when you applied, and see if your name is on that winners list. So you got to check the winners list and see, because, we've committed the money to you, and please claim it so we can help you. I'll take it for them. I understand, but these are people we decided, to give it to. So they're the ones. And that's why it's what it is. We decide by reading your sentence or few sentences on how you would spend $1,000. So that's why if you're a member, there's a link on both platforms, Lesko Help on Facebook and then Lesko Help 2, where you just fill out that form. It's your first name, last name, email address, and a sentence or two or three or four on how you would spend $1,000. Yeah, and that's all it takes. Now, after you finish that, then ask us for more sources of money. So the $1,000 or something, okay, that's a start, and you may or may not get it. But we could also show you, probably 20, 30 other places in the government that may be able to do the same thing. So now you say, okay, maybe I said, that's right, maybe. I don't know for sure they'll give you the money, but I know those programs are there to give people like you money to do that kind of stuff, okay? Now, whether you get it or not, I need help getting my car fixed, my accelerator died. Okay, if you remember, we have a report that has all these programs in it. There's people that fix cars. A place to go if you're not a member is to start by going to 211.org and findhelp.org and put in transportation, because the government wants to help you solve problems with transportation, because then you can't go to job and things like that. So even your career one-stop center, a lot of them have programs, either free loans and stuff like that, that give money to fix up cars. And then there's nonprofit organizations, that hire mechanics so they can fix your car for free and things like that. So that's what you have. But you see, they're not easy to find, so you have to do work. And if you're going to do 1 or 2 Google searches, you're never going to find the goddamn things, because they don't advertise. So you remember, when you use Google, all you're going to wind up finding is people who paid Google to find you, okay? So Google has all these matrices, or whatever they call them, that identify you as a person who will pay for a car repair. So people pay Google, and Google finds you because they know all the demographics about you, and you're likely that person. Then they sell their name to them, and that's why they pay money to find you, to sell you car repair. Okay, now the people who will pay your car, repair your car for free, they don't pay Google any money. Okay, so that's why Google's not going to show you these people, because they're not getting money from them. Google shows you the people they get money from. That makes sense, right? With me, I'm a business guy. I know how that works, and how I get paid is if I get money, and so that's why people don't find the good things in Google, because Google is mainly there to get money from people who want to find you, and people who pay money to find you have to get money from you. So it's money, money, money. This is what capitalism is all about. Now, there's another side of being human, and the other side of being human is helping people, okay, with money or without money, okay. So our human side is done either through government programs or through nonprofit organizations, okay. So you have our greedy side, and that's really making a living is important, and that's important to do. And then you have our human side, where we want to help people. And we do that through government programs and nonprofit organizations. Now, government programs and nonprofit organizations don't advertise. So that means you have to do some work on getting them, and finding them. If you don't want to do the work, that's fine. They're not going to put a gun to your head to make them take their money. But it's there. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what I plan to do for the rest of my life, because I think it's important. I can't think of anything more important to do. What am I going to work on my golf handicap? Now, that sounds stupid. At my age, I'm a shitty golfer. I always was a shitty golfer, so I enjoyed it, but it wasn't very good. Or I'd be making money at it, right? So to me, the magic in life is, boy, you find something. Mini golf is fun. You find something that you love to do and that's helpful to society, and you do that till you die, And we're here to give to each other, And I think that's what it's all about. And, a lot of people don't think that, but that's fine. I don't know the way. I don't have a magic bullet or we all struggle in life. There's no one way to do all these things. And it's, I think the biggest sin in life is people telling other people how to live their life. Man, none of us know how to live our own life. We're guessing every day, so what gives us the right to know that we could tell somebody else how to run their life? Especially when I see loved ones. Man, we do that. Loved ones do that all the time. And they control each other's life. That's wrong. I'm walking on the steps at my age. Man, I could trip and break a bone so easy. And I don't be sitting in bed. I skated through. I guess I did have COVID a year ago or something. Somewhere in December I got. It wasn't bad. A day or two I was in bed. And then I sort of limped around for another week. But build up that resilience. So we have that missing money, okay? So if you applied for one of our grants, go to go to Lesko Help on the Facebook and look at guides, and you'll see all the the past winners. You could see, we have 40, 50, 60, we're up to giving 70 checks a month now at $40,000 we're giving out. So that's every month. So we got almost 1,000 names, probably something close to that, that you should check, see if your name's in there. So if you remember the month, you could just check the month you applied for, and maybe check the month before, the month after, or whatever, because maybe you screwed up on knowing exactly. If you're like me at my age, you make a lot of mistakes, man. I just plan on mistakes, and it doesn't bother me as much anymore. When I was younger, it used to. But the most important thing, I think, is that you find something to get up for in the morning and contribute to the rest of us. We all need each other. We all have special talents and skills to give, and the opportunity to give is a wonderful gift in life, and it's there if you take advantage of it. But you got to do something. So let me help you if I can. If not, just go out and do anything. God damn it, just do something. Take care.